Hey, this Wednesday is the 4th of July, and the McQuaid tribe is going to be scattered all over God's creation. We've got one of the kids out in Iowa seeing what the presidential contenders are doing in corn country, and one of my siblings has gone off to Ireland to check on the ancestral homelands. I think she expects to find a mystery inheritance while she's there. Me, I'll be content just to play a round of golf and get invited to my grandson's birthday party. Years ago, I spent my teenage summers up in the White Mountains, and my dad would drop me a note on occasion. One time, he talked about going to Aunt Hattie's for our ritual family reunion, and how he and a couple of his brothers had snuck off for a round of golf at the then brand new Candia golf course. I still think of his letter when I hear someone say they're hoping to sneak out to play a round of golf. I'm not sure whom they think they're kidding. I've never known anyone who could keep his or her family from figuring out that something's up if they leave the house with golf clubs slung over their shoulder and they're gone for a couple of hours. I'm pretty sure my mother and aunts and assorted cousins and the rest of the tribe knew exactly where BJ and his co-conspirators had gone on that 4th. This is an amazing country. We will reprint the Declaration of Independence on our editorial page this Wednesday, and I shall read it again over breakfast on the front porch after hanging Old Glory out the attic window. And I again will consider the men and women whose lives, fortunes, and sacred honors were very much on the line at that moment when they decided to break free from an oppressive and unresponsive faraway government. Less than 100 years later, thousands of American boys and young men would find themselves fighting and dying in the searing heat of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, as one side tried to preserve our union and the other tried to pull it apart. Now, my sister's gone off to Ireland, armed with some material that a genealogical enthusiast recently sent to us. From what I know of the family, it looks pretty accurate, except the part where they have my great-great-grandfather enlisting in the Union Army in the Civil War. That seems wrong. For one, not that a lot of Irish people didn't fight in the war, but my great-great-grandfather would have been in his 50s at this time, and that seems a little old to be a foot soldier. Plus, the only thing I've ever heard about the Civil War from that side of the family forest has to do with an Irish immigrant mother hiding her son in the coal bin of their boarding house in Manchester when the Union Army recruiters came a-calling. Speaking of things that run to ground, I saw an AP rewrite the other day of our story on a rabid woodchuck out in Auburn. But the thing that Associated Press did was they referred to this woodchuck as, of all things, a groundhog. Saints preserve us. That's like calling a newspaperman a journalist. What's next? Porcupines turned into hedgehogs? See you next week. Happy 4th.